Hey guys, welcome back to Infidelity Stories. Make sure like and subscribe to the channel for more spicy stories. Now, let's get into story video.
Me, 23 male, with my GF 23 female 6 years, she cheated on me, has done everything right since but I want a breakup. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 6 years, since we met during a week at university. We were each other's first relationship/kiss connection, and so on. Our relationship has been relatively unremarkable. There were many ups and downs, but we persevered as we matured from teenagers to young graduates/professionals. She cheated on me in October of last year. I was in my last year of medical school at the time. I was out of the country for 6 months for rotations. When I returned, I studied/crammed for my final exams for a month. Our connection was strained at the time, first due to the distance, and subsequently due to my examinations. During the difficult period, she befriended a colleague at the drugstore where she works. It was a few days before my exams when she cheated. We had a disagreement in the morning over my waking her up when I returned from the library at 4 a.m. She said I was ignoring her and not taking her needs into account. I apologized for being so stressed out and not being a good boyfriend the previous few weeks. She expressed her dissatisfaction and said that we will have a serious discussion when she finished her assignment. She went to work, then went out for drinks with her colleagues. She was intoxicated and ended up blowing one of the men in a bar's restrooms. She panicked out halfway through the deed and contacted a mutual acquaintance, who took her up. She then instantly admitted to me what had occurred the previous night, and she was visibly shaken/crying as a result of the experience. I was really numb and stressed from studying at the time. I suppressed all of my emotions and concentrated only on my final exams. She has been the ideal girlfriend since that fateful night. She quit her previous career, which she loved, and worked as a waitress until she just obtained a new pharmaceutical position. She severed all ties with her former drugstore employees. She has given me complete access to all of her texts, phone, and internet. She constantly updates me on her whereabouts, even though I didn't ask for it. She constantly begs for my permission to leave the house, etc. She has hired her own counselor and has also paid for couples therapy, which I've avoided for the past 6 months. She has been extremely open and honest with me, and she has answered all of my queries. She has been cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry for me. I got a lot of new clothing, etc. as a graduation gift. I bought myself tickets to Antarctica in December. She has been extremely understanding and tolerating of me, even when I was first chilly to her following the revelation. She has been an absolute saint in her efforts to salvage the relationship. The trouble is that I can't bring myself to care about any of it. I felt numb to the entire affair when she initially informed me. I haven't had any powerful feelings since then. I simply don't give a about it. I'm not furious with her, yet all I feel when I see her is revulsion. I know she's doing everything right and being so kind, but I can't seem to conjure any feeling other than hatred and apathy. She's attempted to kiss me/have with me after the event, and all I've gotten so far are half-hearted embraces. I requested her not to come to my graduation, which wounded her deeply, but she complied entirely. Every time I refuse her approaches, I see her misery, which makes me sad as well, but I can't seem to force myself to move on from the event. I know that time and treatment will help me get over my numbness, but I don't want to do it. My hatred has now subsided, but I believe that even if she was completely loyal for the rest of our lives, this experience would remain in the back of my mind. Relationships shouldn't be this difficult this early on, in my opinion. I can't fathom how horrible our relationship will be in our 30s with the burden of finances/kids, etc. if we're going to therapy to cope with guilt/resentment in our 20s. GF and I spoke about my sentiments during the holidays. I've informed her that everything else in my life is okay. I've been working out for the last 2 years, I've just begun working as a doctor, which I really adore, I've got a nice apartment and new pals, and so on. This is the one aspect of my life that is weighing me down. She, on the other hand, is adamantly opposed to the breakup. She promises to fight for us even if I don't want to. I've already moved away from her, yet she still comes over to my new place. I know I could just take her keys and lock her out of my apartment, but I feel it would be callous after everything she has gone through. I've spoken about it with my friends, and they all believe that I should at least attempt to save the relationship. Even yet, I can't seem to generate the willpower to attempt. I'm relieved to be moving on with my life, yet I feel bad for not trying more. So my concern is, should I attempt to rescue this relationship, as everyone in my logical part advises, or should I trust my instinct and go on? First, she is being selfish by attempting to keep the relationship going. Second, my sentiments are valid, even if my friends continue to press for reconciliation. Third, dismantling is the way to go. Fourth, if I really loved her, I would be able to forgive. Those comments, together with some reflection, let me realize that my ambivalence regarding her stems from the fact that I no longer love her. When she cheated, all my love was replaced with hatred, and I was simply wasting both of our time. I realized the only reason I hadn't broken up with her was because I was being meek/lazy/taking the easiest road. So I decided to man up and perform the deed 2 days ago. I decided to take the day off from work. I summoned 3 mutual acquaintances, who arrived to my flat to pack her belongings. I then invited her to come over after work. She had a half day. When she arrived, I explained why I was splitting up with her, that I was returning her belongings and the presents she had purchased, and that I would pay her for the Antarctica trip. I told her I no longer love her, all I feel is contempt, and it's been a few months, these sentiments aren't going away, and the relationship is over. She screamed and cried, saying she'd do better / give her another chance / I'm the only guy for her / we're meant to get married / have kids / don't throw our future away, and so on. To be honest, none of her feelings affected me. I couldn't give a, which just proved my instincts correct. She began creating a commotion, so my mutual friends took her away. She grabbed her belongings but left me her presents and said that she did not want my money. I instructed her to keep NC and change my phone number, and to return my home keys to me. We parted ways, and I assumed that it was the end of it. Her parents, as previously said, are a hysterical bunch of traditional Indians. My father phoned me yesterday to notify me of the pranks played on me by my ex-parents' girlfriend. After I ended my relationship with her, she moved to live with her parents. They then stormed into my parents' house, ranting about how I am a who has damaged their daughter, how my family lacks honor, and how I should marry their daughter if we were both wonderful people, lol. They also threatened to tarnish our reputation in the Indian community if we did not follow their demands. The reason I stopped our relationship, rather than the other way around, was because she cheated on me, according to my father. If my father learns anything negative about my family, he will spread the word to the rest of the Indian community about their daughters who are out whoring about. As proof, my father gave them the emails that my ex-girlfriend had sent to me after her infidelity, which I had provided to my brother for advice before she committed adultery. The ex-family girlfriends expressed regret and asked that we not reveal anything about her. After that, she left. Today, I got a bunch of phone calls from friends with whom I have a shared interest. The ex-parents are reportedly transporting her back to India, where she will most likely be arranged to marry a man they know. Some of my friends encouraged me to reconcile with her in order to save her from this situation. I told them to keep their mouths quiet and to stop meddling with my personal life. It would be appropriate for them to marry her before she gets deported to India if they are so worried about the situation. If they are unable to respect my feelings, they should be required to remove my phone number from their records. To be quite honest, I couldn't give a about some of our mutual friends. I've made new friends at work, so it's not a big deal if I lose touch with some old ones as a consequence of this divorce. The emotional highs and lows of the preceding 2 days have been incredible. I've been putting in long hours and am enjoying myself, even the parts when I had to do a rectal exam on some 60-year-old guy. A weight has been removed off my shoulders, and I feel relieved. This year, I want to focus entirely on being single and to enjoy every moment of it. My parents are likewise pleased that the relationship has come to an end. As it turns out, they detested her ex-girlfriend since she was ignorant of her Indian origin, couldn't speak the language, didn't know our history, etc. They've decided to give up on marriage and have said that they would not pursue it for at least the next 3 years. Milhouse, everything is coming into place right now. Only thing I'm hoping for is that the ex's parents don't get into any more Bollywood-style pranks or drama.